Welcome to the Made True podcast with Michael and Wolfgang, a podcast made truly well. On this week's episode,
I think bourbon just almost always tastes like shit. Welcome back to the Made True podcast. You're watching episode 2. And today we're going to be doing another tier list, of course, because we referenced on the last episode that we would be doing such. And we're going to be discussing Dream Journal, as well as a bunch of other fun stuff. And also, this is going to be a special episode because we are introducing our new segment, which is going to be a once-a-month segment called The Beer Bros. And so we're going to start off with that one. So, what are we drinking today, Wolfgang?
It's Bitburger. I believe it's a Pilsner. It's a German beer. Picked it up from Total Wine. Brewed in Bitburg, Germany. So we're going to drink it.
And we're going to try this beer and see how it is.
All right, I got my racked and ready. Let me know.
I just want to give a quick intro to what this segment is. This segment is just myself and Wolfgang enjoying a beer or a mead or something alcoholic of the kind. And just doing a general review of it, something we've never tried before, typically. But I'm ready when you are. We can do a 3,
Yep.
2, 1.
Virtual cheers, man.
Cheers.
Yeah, good.
I like that. It's like a nice... I could see this as
Like a Bud Light.
I could see this as like a summer beer in a way.
Oh, yeah. Or even like a fall. I could drink this at like Oktoberfest.
Yeah, because it's nice and refreshing and has a really weedy finish. And I don't know, I very much like a wheat-centric beer.
Yeah, it's not very hoppy either, which I really like.
Yeah, like I taste virtually no hops, but yeah, it's pretty great. I enjoy it a lot. It's pretty light, but yeah, the finish is a full flavor. I'll have to do more research on like properly explaining the tastes of beer and whatnot, so we can make this segment more fleshed out for y'all and more sense.
I kind of like the casualness of.
That's true.
Like I don't want to seem like one of those wine snobs.
That's true. It's just two guys enjoying a beer rather than like whiskey tasters that are like, oh, it's got notes of checkerberry and it's got notes of that reminds me of like the thing I dislike the most. Well, it's very specific about like whiskey tasters in general, or specifically, and it's when they're trying bourbon. A lot of whiskey aficionados will say that bourbon has a lot of peanut notes, and not once have I ever tasted a bourbon that tasted remotely like peanuts. I think bourbon just almost always tastes like shit.
Yeah, I agree. I've had some bourbon I like. Should we make the announcement?
Sure, go ahead.
Headquarters for the corporation Made True, big company, is going to be moving soon to Anchorage, Alaska. And by soon, I mean like 13 days, like 2 weeks. So
Yep. Certainly by the end of the month. And it's something we're really excited about. And we're going to be able to add proper video to the podcast.
Yeah, we'll be in the same room.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, you'll be able to see our faces more often instead of just the picture that you're looking at right now, which is of a beautiful beach up here in Hawaii, Alaska.
And we'll be able to do sketches and stuff like that easier because we'll actually be in the same room. So there'll be a lot more coming out. And I want to appreciate our 30 views that we have so far on the first podcast. That is allowing me to fly first class.
Yeah, it's exciting, and
So
it's surprising. I want to know why 30 people watched it. They probably saw Joji in the title. Um,
that's probably entirely what it is.
but yeah, back to whiskey, um, specifically bourbon. You said that you've enjoyed some bourbons, and I rarely enjoy bourbon, but I've had like two that I've enjoyed before, and that was uh, Angel's Envy, which is like it's a pretty nice bourbon, and the other one I've enjoyed was Eagle Rare, which my old man got me for graduation, and that's like a super expensive bourbon. So yeah, it's gonna taste it's gonna taste good, and it's gonna be pretty smooth. But just generally, not a big fan, but some are pretty nice.
Yeah. Do you want to start off with your week and everything?
Okay,
And do
so
a weekly overview?
yep, the weekly overview. So I've had a really busy week because uh, I was finishing up my class, like I mentioned last time. I actually did the final for the class, and I think I did well in the final. So I'm officially finished with college, and also I moved out all of my stuff from school and moved back home for the time being. And I've been really busy with the hustle and bustle of that. Um, and also, you came over to the school for a couple of days, and a couple of our other buddies came by as well to just hang out for a sort of last hurrah. You kind of had to sleep on the floor because there wasn't really an other option because we had one guy sleeping on the couch, I was sleeping in my bed, and yeah, two of the guys, including you, ended up sleeping on the floor.
Yeah. Just for some reason, no bed left in the other room.
But yeah, I had a good time with y'all. I think I think we all had fun because we watched a bunch of movies together and just did guy stuff together.
Yeah, it was a good time. I'm
Yeah,
gonna miss those boys.
yeah. Because I don't know, it's always fun to shoot this
Probably,
shit with your guys.
yeah, I'm probably gonna miss Glenn the most.
Yeah.
Just to make him like fight over who's my favorite.
That my favorite. Um, how was your week been apart from coming over?
Um, yeah, I mean, basically, I came over, did all that shit. I officially left my job here in Virginia, D.C. area, and got my plane booked yesterday, like last night. First class, uh, Ronald Reagan International Airport to Anchorage, Ted Stevens, or whatever the airport is. So it's just been a lot of busy stuff moving. Um, Finally getting out of the parents' house. Not that I've been here that long, it's been like 2 months, but yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just excited to get everything going.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting to be taking such a big step in our lives and just like actually adulting. It's like college is kind of the Diet Coke of the adulting world, um, where you get to experience some of it, like just living far away from your parents. If you're in like your or my situation where we both live like 6 hours away from the school, um, but it's not quite the full adulting experience because when you go home, you go to your family.
Exactly.
Yeah, so this is a big step for us, and I'm excited about it, and I think we're gonna do pretty well.
Yeah, I agree. You want to get into this? You want to get in this tier list?
Yeah. Okay, so today the tier list that we are going over, as you can see, is the NFL teams. And we are actually not going to rank how good the teams are because, frankly, I don't care. Um,
Yeah, I don't give a shit about the NFL.
Instead, we're going to rank the teams based on their logos. Um, and we're going to rank them on a scale of S to D. as is typical for tier lists. And we're just going to start with the Arizona Cardinals.
That's a solid A tier, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a really, really solid and really pretty logo. And they've always had good logos. It looks like a cardinal. It looks like a badass cardinal. And I don't know. It gets the likeness of the character as well as the fierceness that should be part of the football experience. Not that a logo is going to intimidate a 300-pound linebacker, but I don't know. It's cool. So I think I'm in agreement with you on A.
I think the Seahawks is even better.
The Seahawks? Well, the Seahawks aren't for a little bit. This is the
the Ravens. No, not the Ravens. Fuck.
This
the
is
Falcons.
Yeah, the Atlanta Falcons.
They're all birds. Yeah, those guys have a cool logo. Like I said, I don't give a shit about football.
Yeah, the Falcons. I think the Falcons kind of have an S tier logo. I love the Falcons logo.
Agree.
Yeah, it's a really solid logo. It also spells an F for Falcons, which I always thought that was kind of cool.
I've never noticed that, but I never watch football. So, but yeah, that puts it even higher. The Baltimore Ravens can go in C tier.
Yeah, I was between C and D because the B on the Baltimore Ravens logo is it's super tacky. Like I think
that's exactly what does it for me. It looks like a middle school or high school team.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like they could have just. What's that?
Can you add it tier?
I'm not sure.
Add row below. And make it like pink or something. And just make it F. Yeah, stinky poo poo. That's great. Put like pink or something.
I can't tell which is pink.
Right there. That'll work. Magenta. Good. Yeah. So now we can put them in D tier. I just didn't want them to be at the very bottom because there are some way worse ones.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Okay, so the Baltimore Ravens, because of this tacky high school ass looking logo, like it would look better if it was either just the B or just the Raven. But no, the B looks stupid. It looks like the Raven has a tattoo, and that doesn't make any sense because birds can't get tattoos. So yeah, I think
just put it in D.
Yeah, it's a D.
Yeah,
almost stinky poo poo, but not quite.
Yeah, was this the Buffalo Bills right here or something?
Yeah, the Buffalo Bills.
Stinky poo poo. It looks like a fucking gas station. It looks awful.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And also, like the name, the Buffalo Bills. They're named after a guy.
I actually kind of like the name, but we're not judging them on name.
Okay, so the Buffalo Bills. I don't know if I would quite put it in stinky poo poo, but
I really would. I hate their logo.
Yeah, I've always wondered what this goofy ass line is on the Buffalo.
That's where they put the name of the gas station.
That's true. Carolina Panthers.
That's a good look.
Yeah, I really like this logo.
I don't think I'd give it S though.
Yeah, I think it's almost S, but not quite there. Because I don't know, it really looks cool, but it lacks the just sheer special nature of like the Falcons logo. It's just the Falcons logo has that wow factor that not many other teams have. But yeah,
I think it's better than Cardinals.
Yeah, I think it's a solid A tier.
Yeah, these next two, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, the Chicago Bears.
They could have put a bear.
Yeah, they could have put a bear. In fact, they do have a bear logo that looks beautiful, but they just went with this C. which I know it's for like tradition, but it's boring, and I've seen multiple high schools with the exact same logo in a different color. I've seen professional sports teams with the exact same logo in a different color. Like I think there's some baseball team that has that logo, but I may be mistaken. Um,
It's fucking trash. Let's throw it in stinky poo poo.
you think all the way to Stinky Poo Poo?
I think if your logo is just a letter, you got to go down there.
That's fair. Um, the
Like the
Cincinnati.
reason the Baltimore Ravens is not is because they have a bird with it.
The Cincinnati Bengals. Um,
I think they're better than Buffalo Bills.
yeah, I think it's a D tier only because it does something special with the letter. Like it
Okay,
has.
it's got to be the bottom of D tier for me then.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
like
got to stay there.
yeah, it is just a letter, but it's got the stripes, and I think that's clever, and their uniforms are pretty cool. So the
Who's this? The Browns?
yes, the Cleveland Browns.
I think that's a perfect C tier because there's just nothing to it. It's just as medium as you could go. It's just a football helmet.
Interesting. I was actually thinking of putting it at like the bottom of Stinky Poo Poo because I hate the Browns logo, but um,
I
I
think it's a good control.
that's definitely fair. The Dallas Cowboys. I don't know about you, but I hate this logo. I think it's so
I,
stupid.
I agree. It
Yeah.
also looks like a gas station.
Yeah, it looks like a Texaco or something like that.
Yeah.
Which may have been the point because Dallas is in Texas. Texaco sounds like
No,
Texas.
it's because Texas is the Lone Star State.
Oh yeah. That's true. Um,
Um,
yeah, I
I
I
think
think
I
it's
put it between Bills and Bears.
okay.
I think that's a good spot for it.
Yeah, definitely Stinky Poo Poo because it's just boring, and I don't care if they want to call themselves America's team. You're trash, and also your logo is even more trash. Uh, Denver Broncos.
It goes hard. It really does go hard.
Yeah, it's a stunning logo. The
Yeah.
colors look great together. The Bronco looks majestic as hell, and like the hair on what would that be? A mane?
Yeah.
Yeah, the mane looks fantastic. It's very sleek. It looks badass as well. I think this is another S tier. What are you thinking?
I agree. I agree completely. Have you ever been to Denver Airport?
Um, I think I have, but I don't remember it because I was like 4 or 5 years old.
Oh, they have a giant Bronco statue outside, and it looks sick.
That's
But
cool.
yeah, that's definitely an S tier. Not as cool as the Ravens or whatever they are. Yeah,
The
Falcons.
Falcons.
Sorry. Yeah,
Okay. Detroit Lions.
I think that's like a B
Honestly,
tier.
okay. I think it's a low B, but definitely
Yeah,
not a C because I don't know, it lacks oomph. Like it lacks the cool nature of even the Cardinals or the Panthers.
yeah. And someone needs to be in B tier. So
Green Bay Packers. I mean, it's a letter. It's
yeah,
green and yellow. Um, I
I
don't.
think that it might even be worse than all the other stinky poo poos. It
Yeah,
just looks gross.
and also it's the exact same logo as Georgia, and it just in a different color scheme. Um, and yeah, it's stinky poo poo. It doesn't represent the uh, cheese Packers
Why are
or.
you putting it at first though?
Oh, yep, I forgot that that's how it goes.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
I hate that little thing.
the Houston Texans. You hate their logo?
No, I was talking about Green Bay.
Oh,
Houston
okay.
Texans, I I think they're all right. I'd say they could be a B or an A.
I was thinking B, and
Yeah, I'd say B. I'd say they're better than whoever those guys are that we have in B right now.
the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair. because it's unique. It gets the flag of Texas somewhat, and yeah, I think it's a serviceable to nice logo. The
Now, the
Indianapolis
Colts,
Colts.
um, I'd put them in probably D. I mean, what the fuck? It's just a horseshoe.
Yeah, it's like you had an opportunity to design a logo of a Colt, and you decided to just do a horseshoe. It's kind of boring, but it's
I think
not
I
as
think it's
bad.
I think it's better than Bengals.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair. I would even say it's better than Baltimore, but still D tier.
Yeah, yeah. And I would still probably move Baltimore after No, no, keep Baltimore there
Yeah,
because at least it's an animal with a B.
true.
Okay, the Jags
Yep,
are
Jacksonville Jaguars.
absolutely an S tier.
Yep, I
It,
love
it's
this Jaguars logo.
way better than the Panthers. That's what I want the cat to look like.
Yeah, I mean, it's a spectacular logo. The details are great. The teal doesn't look weird on the tongue, which is strange because it's like obviously Jaguars don't have teal tongues, but it gets the color scheme of the team. And yeah, it's such a good logo. And the Jaguars have been pretty consistent with good logos throughout the years. Um, I'm in agreement with the fact that it's an S tier. I don't think
Yeah,
it beats the Broncos, though.
I don't either. I also am not sure if the Falcons beats the Broncos.
Um, yeah, I think you're right about that.
Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better.
Yeah,
All right, Kansas City. What are
the
these guys?
The Chiefs.
Oh, okay.
Uh
I think it's another D tier
yeah,
where it's just letters and a symbol.
yeah.
Uh,
I'm thinking bottom of B or the D tier.
yeah, because there's not enough color.
Yeah. The
It
LA
almost looks like we're
Chargers.
writing with some of these.
Yeah, like it doesn't look typed. It's just like written down in crayon.
Yeah.
um, the LA Chargers.
It's pretty trash. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say it's C tier. Like I wouldn't
Yeah,
quite put it
I'll give you
D.
that.
Because like it's kind of cool because it's a lightning bolt and it's like a semicircle, but it is boring as all get out.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
the
fucking hate this.
the LA Rams logo.
Yeah, I think
This
that's stinky poo poo.
yeah it this is the perhaps the biggest downgrade. I mean, the Rams have never been known for having distinct logos, but this is just it's trash. It's garbage. It looks ridiculous. Um, it looks far too futuristic to actually be a ram horn. It looks like a modern tech company. It's absolutely stinky poo poo. Uh,
Yeah,
maybe
I think
worse
that's
than
good.
the Packers. Yeah.
I do agree. It's worse than the Packers.
Um, the Las Vegas Raiders.
I hate it.
You hate it?
It looks so goofy.
I
I don't think it's stinky poo poo, but I don't think it's getting higher than C.
okay, that's fair. I also wish that when they moved from Oakland to Las Vegas, I wish they would have changed up the logo a little bit, like incorporated the city a little bit more. Um,
Yeah, like
what?
if they put like an actual cool skull guy or something there, and then put a football helmet on him, but it's just like a regular dude with an eye patch.
Yeah, I what I wanted them to do back when they had first announced it, I wanted them to change his eye patch to um, like a poker chip because I think that would have been cool to incorporate Las Vegas into the logo. So I think I think you're right about C because
Bottom of C though.
it's what's that?
Yeah, just keep that's a good spot right there.
All right,
I hate that logo.
Miami Dolphins.
The logo does not hold up to the uniforms. The uniforms are the best in the entire NFL, in my opinion. But that logo just is like a B tier.
Yeah, and their old logo, in my opinion, was better. The one where the dolphin had the helmet on. I think that was just super cool and unique. And also, it's like featured in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. Um, Great movie, by the way. Recommended.
Oh yeah. Well, not yet. We do that at the end.
But yeah, I think it's a B tier. The old one would have been an A tier, but this is B tier.
I put it behind the Houston.
Okay. Minnesota Vikings. What are we thinking for the old Vikings?
It's different. I think it could go bottom of A.
Yeah, because it is a pretty good looking logo, and I don't know, it gets across exactly what it's trying to convey, where it's like what people think that every Viking would have looked like with the horns and everything. Um, so yeah, I think it's pretty good, but it's no Cardinals.
Yeah.
New
Now
England Patriots.
I fucking hate this logo.
I really hate it as well. I don't
The
like,
the, the head thing looks stupid.
yeah, I don't like that it doesn't connect to the rest of it, like the blue and the red. I don't like
I
that
just don't like how his head is like just flat on the front because
yeah,
he's got this big bulbous brick on his head.
yeah. I don't like that his face is gray. I don't like that he looks like a statue. Um, and the hat in general, yeah, looks completely stupid. And yeah, I think this is maybe top of D. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The New Orleans Saints.
club S tier.
You think S tier?
It's the Florida Lee.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
you can't ask for a better symbol, except for
Yeah,
maybe just like a crucifix.
true. Especially for a team called the Saints.
Yeah,
You said
it
top
goes
of
on.
S tier, or
Yeah, like the best one there is.
yeah, and it,
I don't think it's moving.
yeah, and it's a good depiction of the fleur de lis as well, which like I've seen many bad depictions of the fleur de lis, but it's a solid one. It's simple, but you know exactly what it is. The New York Giants. All right, so yeah, it's just got a little tail on it, and it's nothing really special. It's just an NY, so I think it does belong in the stinky poo poo. Although, like to be honest, I would not be able to think of a better logo for the Giants, like unless you just made a big dude.
I think
And
that would be sick, or
um,
like a beanstalk.
oh yeah, okay. I actually like that. Like somehow making like a red beanstalk or something because their colors are red and blue, like half
Yeah,
of the
it
teams in the
has like
NFL.
it's for kidney beans or something.
Yeah, that could be the case. Okay, the New York Jets. I personally love this logo. I love it. Um, it's simple, but also it's in the shape of a football and has a football, and I like that text or the font rather. Um, I think it's a B tier, but I want to know your thoughts.
I'm not gonna lie. I absolutely fucking hate this logo. It has nothing to do with Jets. It's just like, oh, we play football. Let's do a football. That's like just making your like thing like a football helmet, in my opinion. Um, I think it could go top of C tier.
Okay, well, I'll put it behind the Browns because the Browns is kind of the basis for the C tier.
Yeah, I mean it's
Um,
fine if the Browns are in the middle of C tier though.
that's true, but I think this is fair.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty fair. The Philadelphia Eagles.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, I think it's good. Um, I don't think it's quite A tier though,
Hmm.
and I don't know why.
I do know why.
Why is that?
Look at it. What do you notice about this animal that's different from every single other animal or
Oh,
logo? It's
yeah,
facing the wrong fucking way.
yeah, it's facing
How do
left.
you fuck that up?
Yeah, it's the only logo. Yeah, the only one that faces left. That's strange, and I never noticed that.
Get rid of
Um,
it. Send him to like maybe B tier.
I don't know. Like noticing that, I think that moves him down to D.
Hmm. I think it's better than the Patriots though.
Oh, certainly better than the Patriots. Maybe actually bottom of C, because I can't hate on it that much.
I like it better than the Raiders too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I put it there.
All right, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I despise this logo with a
I agree with
passion.
you completely. I think this is my least favorite logo in the NFL probably.
Yeah, it looks ridiculous. And what are these little stars? And why is one red and one blue? No one knows because it's like their colors are black and yellow.
I'm
Not,
sure I'm sure there's an explanation for it, but there's not a single person in the world that can sit through a Steelers fan like talking about it.
yeah. And yeah, exactly. I'm sure that there's an explanation, but I don't care. Bottom, bottom of stinky poo poo tier. Um, the Seattle Seahawks.
I don't like
Uh,
it.
yeah, it's kind of trash.
I put
Um,
it like right with the Patriots.
yeah, I think that's fair because I don't know. It's so boring. The colors don't look good on the logo. The green eye looks weird. Um, it looks like Sam Eagle from the Muppets. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't look like a Seahawk. It doesn't look fierce. It looks like an old bird with a bald head, and he talks about America. The San Francisco 49ers.
Just letters.
Yep, just letters. So you know where that goes. That goes in the stinky poo poo tier.
Yep. I love
Um,
this logo coming up.
the Tampa Bay
Buccaneers.
Buccaneers. Yeah,
I love this logo.
yeah, it's a
This
solid
is
logo.
what the Raiders should have looked at.
Yeah, that's true because I don't know if you're the Buccaneers. Of course, you're gonna do a pirate flag. Of course, you're gonna put a sword in, and of course, the pirate logo that you're gonna do, um, like what is that? Inspired by the Jolly Roger. Um,
It's got a skull on it.
yeah, and it has a football in between the crossed swords, which
Yeah.
that's fun. I like that. That's exactly what you would expect. I
It's not
think,
like the Raiders dumbass is just like a dude with an eye patch in a football helmet. This is like cool skull guy with a football.
yeah, I don't know if it's top of A tier or bottom of S tier personally.
I think it's bottom of S.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I it is really great. Um, Tennessee Titans. I don't
Um,
like this logo personally.
I don't like it either, but I think I'd put it in D.
Hmm. Yeah, it's not quite the other letter logos. It's got the little flame. It's got like kind of sword slash spike ish parts of the T. I think it's serviceable, but still a D tier.
Yeah.
The Washington Commanders.
Um,
I
Not good. It's really not good.
Yeah, I really really don't like it.
I
For
like
me,
the perspective on it.
what's that?
I like the perspective on it. The way they did it, it looks like kind of 3D. I think it's
Yeah,
better than some of these other single letter ones. I put it at the top of Stinky Poo Poo probably.
I would personally put the Bills in front of it.
I hate the Bills. I I really hate it. How about we'll flip a coin on it?
Yeah.
I'll go tails. Just pull up a coin flip online and so everyone can see it.
Okay.
I'll go tails is W at the top of Stinky Poo Poo, and then heads is it's right behind Bills. Okay,
All
flip it.
right. You ready?
Mhm.
All right. Heads.
Right under Bills.
Right under the Bills.
I fucking hate the Bills.
All right. So that is our tier list of the logos of the NFL.
Yeah, these are how you should like your teams. If you like any of the ones in Stinky Poo Poo, you're liking the wrong team because they're trash. Especially the Cowboys. They haven't won in like 40 fucking years.
This is true. All right. I think we should get into the Dream Journal section.
You wanna go first?
Okay. So this was my dream last night, actually, and it was a very, very strange dream to the point where I woke up in a cold sweat and was like in fear. So what happened was I was in some random vacation home, and my family was there, and a close family to our family was also there. And rushing into the door is my dad and also like a body. And people are debating whether this body is alive or dead. They're like, I think she's dead. I think she's alive. She could be breathing. She could not be breathing. And then I looked at the body, and it was a woman's body that was split down the middle, like in half. Well, not quite in half, but like from her head to her waist was like cut open and her organs exposed and like big sea of red and bones and just no face. Like her face was just like blood and guts. Like you couldn't even see anything that resembled a face. And I remember thinking, there is no way that this woman is actually alive. But then I heard breathing, and I remember thinking in this dream, if she is alive or if she can be resuscitated, how is someone going to do CPR on this person? Because if you do CPR, you're just going to like put your wrist through her heart. And it was just really, really weird. And then fast forward, and I was riding in the back seat of a car with some random person, and I don't remember who was driving, but the person that I was in the back seat with, uh, he said to me, he was like, "Since we're in the back seat, that means we can drink beer now." And so we just drank like a case of beer in the back seat of the car, driving somewhere. And yeah,
I've always
that.
thought it was the front seat you can drink beer and the front driver's side.
Oh yeah, okay, that's true. Um, but yeah, it was just really strange that I went from seeing a mangled and torn up corpse to just drinking beer in the back seat of a car. Yeah, that was
That's interesting.
yeah.
It's interesting how your mind had a defense mechanism where it was like too shocked by the fact that it just showed you like a dead woman that you're like, oh fuck, there's a dead lady, that it just brought her to life.
Yeah, and like it was you know this about me, but whenever I have dreams, I always am convinced that they are absolutely real. And so this was like intense detail in like the blood and guts, and it was so disturbing at the time. I remember feeling so grossed out and uncomfortable looking at this just essentially blob. What
Yeah.
was what was your dream recently like?
Mine's a little funnier. It's just like sitting at my computer, and my mom like came down. She told me it was like dinner time, and I was like, "Oh, it's 4 o'clock. Why is it dinner time?" And I went upstairs, and sure enough, it was dinner time. We were having chili that she makes every Halloween, and my dad was there, and they were just like happily married. I just thought it was funny because they're not.
Yeah, this is true.
And,
Um,
and then I woke up. It was like a really short one.
was the chili good?
It was delicious. I couldn't tell you what it tasted like. I couldn't taste anything.
Oh, okay.
But
But
I
like,
know I've had the Halloween chili before, and that shit goes hard.
yeah, like mom chili is always good. Like
Oh,
mom,
my mom and my dad both have two different recipes for chili, so I try to go to both their houses on Halloween when I can. Oh my gosh, they're both amazing.
yeah. I don't know. My mom's from the greater Cincinnati area, and Cincinnati chili is really, really good. And
Yeah, my dad's is very similar to Cincinnati chili. It's a lot thicker. My mom's is closer to like a stew kind of chili, which has always been my preference, just because that's more of what I was raised with, and I like the amount of shit I can add into it, and it just melts. But they both are delicious.
I like a nice thick chili, and um, because I was raised on Cincinnati chili, um, I like either always eat it with pasta or always eat it with a hot dog. Like chili dogs are huge in Cincinnati, and um, putting chili on pasta is like everywhere there. And
Yeah, that goes insane. It's so underrated, especially like penne or something
oh yeah,
where it's got holes in it. Oh my goodness.
yeah. Growing up, I don't think I ever had chili without pasta. Um, it was just that's how we eat chili, and sometimes you put the oyster crackers on it. Um, of course, you put cheese, and I had never thought of like putting sour cream in chili until I had like Texas style chili at a friend's house one time, and she had sour cream as an option, and that changed the game. Sour
We do
cream,
every time.
yeah, sour cream and chili is legendary. It's good stuff.
Sour cream and cheese, cheddar cheese.
Hmm. Um, there's a restaurant called Skyline Chili that they do Cincinnati chili. That's their whole thing. And for the past couple years, they've had a habanero cheddar um, in addition to the regular cheddar cheese, and it is the bomb. It's what Cincinnati chili's been missing all along because I don't know, it gives a really good amount of spice, and habanero is a good tasting spice as well.
Well, this has been Chili Review. What's next?
We got the big pitch. So my idea is for a company that helps make people look smart. Basically, the whole idea is we sell an entire line of blank books, but the covers are somewhat elaborate and look very like high society. They look very intelligent, and they have names of obscure sounding authors, maybe like German authors, Italian authors, authors from different countries. They're not real people, but there's these big books that you can bring out in public and just pretend to be reading, and people will think that you're a brilliant intellectual that reads lots of books, but in actuality, you're just looking at white pieces of paper and you're an insane person. Um, but you can also color in it as well. Um, and people will think you're taking notes on the book, which makes you look even smarter because they're thinking, "Oh wow, this guy is annotating a brilliant book. He must be smarter than the author of the book." So generally it helps people's confidence because it tricks other people into thinking that you're smart.
What if you put like like the Tijuana Bibles and stuff like that where it's cut out inside?
Yeah.
So you can put stuff inside. What if you put like a iPad inside with like Angry Birds?
Or Subway Surfers.
Maybe Subway Surfers. I was thinking Angry Birds because the motion of doing the slingshot is almost looks like you're turning a page and reading.
That's true, and it looks like you're following along with the paragraphs with your finger.
Yeah, that's good.
That's
I like
very
that.
true. Okay. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. The company is
Thankfully.
called Smart Books.
Ooh, that's good because it could have a smartphone in the book.
Exactly.
Cool. So mine is a movie idea, which you have heard me say multiple times. I think would be great. We'll see what people think if anyone ever actually watches this one. So the Matthew Damon flick, We Purchased a Zoo.
Oh, yeah.
It's that, but this time when he buys the zoo with all those animals, he turns it into like a kill shelter, and he just like puts all the animals down because he doesn't want to take care of them.
You've told me multiple times, but it's funny every time because I've never seen that flick, that Matthew Damon flick, but I can imagine it's a pretty wholesome movie about hugging giraffes and hugging zebras and hugging lions and hugging hippos and hugging dogs. But
It's pretty good. I mean, it's no Zookeeper with Kevin James, but it's pretty good.
yeah, that's
I did
true.
have another movie idea that was kind of zoology related. I don't know if I told you about the March of the Penguins one.
I think you told me, but I don't really remember.
So it's like a mix of like March of the Penguins. It's like a super long movie where it's just penguins walking around.
Yeah, is that the one with Morgan Freeman narrating?
Yeah, he narrates it. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a mix of that and like Lord of the Rings kind of, where there's like an epic tale, and like the penguins talk almost like Happy Feet. And they're on this like really long journey, and no one's ever saying where they're going. And then like at the end, it just zooms out, and they're just like in a zoo walking in circles, and
That would,
nothing interesting has happened the whole time.
yeah, I definitely think that that could be doable, and people would see it as avant-garde and like
Oh yeah,
artsy.
at the end, you just put like the Industrial Revolution and its consequences, and people will lose their shit.
Yeah, it's like that one scene in Happy Feet, but actually done decently, maybe.
Yeah.
Um,
I love the stupid things you can make that people will just assume like crazy things about. Like I had the idea the other day to make a Photoshop picture of like a record player, but the record was the Earth, and and just posting it with like a lamp over like one half of it and being like, oh, this is why on the flat Earth like the sun like isn't everywhere at once. And I just wanted to post it so people would get pissed.
that would have been funny. So that's the big pitch for today. Both of our big pitches.
News story.
Oh yeah, we can do the um, weekly wacky news story. Do you want to go first with yours?
Yeah, let me stream it. Right?
Yep.
He just convinced Baby Gronk to commit to LSU. Baby Gronk is the #1 college football prospect in the country. He averages 300 yards and 5 touchdowns a game. On his visit to LSU, Livy rizzed him up. Livy even hugged Baby Gronk. He might be the new Riz King. Do you think Baby Gronk will lead LSU to a national championship? Livy just
So yeah, Baby Gronk was rizzed up by Livy Dunn in Ohio. And I thought like that was crazy, but did you see this?
Baby Gronk cheated on Livy Dunn.
No
Baby
way.
Gronk, aka the new Riz King, is the #1 college football prospect in the country and was committed to LSU. But recently, he's been seen on recruiting visits all across the nation. He's even met with Nick Saban and Deion Sanders. Livy is not happy about this. She might even get back together with the Drip King. Do you think Livy will stay with Baby Gronk or get back with the Drip King?
So yeah, what do you think? I guess is my question.
I think she better not get back with the Drip King.
With the Drip King, you think she should stay with Riz King, Baby Gronk?
Yeah.
I think she could get in trouble for that.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Because that kid looks like he's 8 years old. I have no idea how colleges are recruiting him because
He's just that.
he's a young child. Like at most he plays Pop Warner.
They know, dude. His name is Baby Gronk.
Yeah, so he's like the baby version of the hit football player. I think he's retired now. Rob Gronkowski.
Used to play for the Miami Patriots.
Okay.
Why did that sound real?
Because
Miami
there's a team in
Patriots
Miami
sound
and the Patriots.
way better than New England Patriots.
That's true.
We should
All right.
switch that up.
Are you ready to see my news story of the week?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So, my news story of the week is in summer heat, bear spotted in Southern California backyard jacuzzi.
Holy shit, that's a big ounce.
Yeah, he's big and he is absolutely chilling. Like, dude just wanted to dip in the pool. And I don't know, he looks so badass there, just chill. Like, he's not
He's got
just...
his arm up.
Yeah, he's not just sitting in the pool. He is chillaxing in the pool.
He almost looks like he's genuflecting.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh yeah, and like using the pew to help yourself get back up.
Yeah.
I sometimes do that.
I like the way it just says "even for a bear." That's just its own line.
Yeah. But yeah, this was in Burbank, California.
This reminds me. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say because it was just so hot, and I don't know. This is my favorite picture of the year so far. Perhaps it's I love it. I think he's a chill bear.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was into buying vehicles. I was looking at used ones in Alaska, and one of them looks really nice, except for the inside. All of the furniture was fucked up. And the person said like a bear broke into their car in like the night and just like ripped up all their fucking like seats.
Damn.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's something that we might have to deal with in the.
We'll be in the city.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's wild.
Now let's welcome in the music guys. The musical guys that do music stuff.
What's up? It's the music guys. I already forgot our names from last time, but we're the music.
I think you were Rob Schneider and I was Dan Schneider.
Okay, Rob Schneider and Dan Schneider. So my musical parody is gonna be to the tune of Misty Mountains from The Hobbit. Far between my misty butt cheeks whole, I'm sweating so much from my butt. That's all I got.
This has been the music guys. Let's go on to trailers.
Thanks for watching the music guys, folks. Welcome to a new segment where we're just gonna watch some movie trailers and just kind of clown on them a little bit, or maybe talk about how excited we are for them.
Yeah, we're just gonna watch them and see how we react. I mean, they could be really good.
Yeah. Do you think you want to watch the Blue Beetle trailer?
Yeah.
All right, let's go for that.
wanna fly?
Okay.
Let's do this.
It's the kid from Cobra Kai.
Yeah, it is.
You
Yeah.
gotta force it to come out.
Why is it not full screening?
I don't
You're a
know.
Genius.
Well, I know. But what I say?
I'm not gonna lie, at first when I saw him, I thought he was the my rabbi Clinton kid.
You know what was gonna happen to my brother when you
Matan.
stuck him with this world-destroying thing?
It's called the Scarab. I had no idea it would activate. It has to choose you.
So how do we get it to unchoose me?
Host acquired.
Who said that?
Systems checking. 3,
Okay,
2.
it's gonna be okay.
I mean,
Host.
for Warner Brothers, it's looking okay.
Yeah.
Threat
I mean, I don't know if you saw any of the clips in the Flash movie, but they look awful.
Threat eliminated.
What do you think the government is gonna do when they figure out that some kid has this military tech?
I just want to say real quickly, like the CGI, I think in a 2023 superhero flick, it kind of has to be a bit better.
We're going to
I think
change
it's
the
fine.
world with the power of the scarab.
It's better than they've had the
It
past.
belongs to me.
That's true.
Oh, he's pissed.
Listen to me!
Oh, Doom guy?
That's the wrong guy! I'm a nobody! I swear!
The world is a place to protect.
I have an arsenal at my disposal.
Anything, please!
That's
Watch
creepy.
and learn, Jaime. Whatever you can imagine, I can create.
Yeah, that's more like it.
That love you feel for your family makes you weak. You're wrong. My family, that's what makes me strong.
Oh, I forgot how bad it looks.
Target the family.
Sorry, my mom.
Jaime?
You are a superhero.
It's just pretty basic, you know? I feel like there's not much to say about this one.
You're the Blue Beetle.
I could use that arsenal right about
Yeah.
You look
kinda-
blue.
I'm kind of done with this trailer. I don't know. It looks okay. I've never been a fan of the Blue Beetle as a character, but I am a fan of that actor. I think he's really good, and he's gonna be big one day. I mean, he's already pretty big from Cobra Kai, but I think he's gonna be one of the movie stars in the near future.
Yeah, once he can grow like a beard, so they can use him for anything they need. Let's watch the Saw X.
Yeah, definitely gonna.
They're somehow making another one.
Yeah, there's so many Saw movies. It's nuts.
Of all the men to cheat, you picked John Kramer?
The cancer is still spreading. I'm afraid there's nothing else we can do. There is one person.
I mean, the acting's already trash.
Yeah, and just a reminder to anyone that either has or hasn't seen the Saw movies. John Kramer died in like the second movie. And this is like the 10th movie. And it's like, obviously this takes place before he dies, but it's, I don't know, how much can you fit right before John died? Because it seems like every movie, it's like, oh yeah, this actually happened right before John died. And then the next movie's like, this happened right after that thing that happened right before John died. It's just...
I never saw Jigsaw or anything. That might have had some more explanation. Maybe he comes back or something.
No, because I don't think he could come back, because in either Saw 3 or 4, they're doing an autopsy and like take his brain out of his head and cut him open and like look at his lungs and such.
Have you ever watched any of the Friday the 13th movies?
No, but I know that he always comes back. But
Yeah, that motherfucker walks out of the morgue. Like,
the whole thing about the Saw movies, though, is that they're meant to not be supernatural. It's just supposed to be like gritty, somewhat realistic horror.
who knows? When you get to 10, though, there's not many other places to go.
Sure.
And this isn't even the 10th one, I don't think.
Oh, yeah?
I think when you count stuff like Jigsaw and Spiral, I think you might actually have more.
There's so many.
Who might be able to help.
Our program is a two-pronged treatment outside Mexico City. The results have been stunning.
She saved my life.
This is just like a cancer, like,
you're in very good hands with us.
After that, what happens then?
Your whole life happens then. John Kramer.
According to these scans, the tumor was never removed.
How much time do I have?
Months, at best.
I still have a lot of work that needs to be done. Hello, everyone. It's time to play a game. You all pretended to cure me, but what I have planned for each of you is very real.
Peace came upon me. No light, no sound.
The only thing I have not provided is your anesthetic. But trust me, you will want to remain alert.
A quick side note. Of course, they throw in the Jigsaw laugh as nostalgia bait, because that's all that this movie is. You have anything to...
Yeah, and it's about him. I mean, I'm gonna watch this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I've made fun of it a good bit, but like, yeah, I'm still probably gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna make fun of it right after.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it's a B horror movie. It's supposed to be cheesy.
Yeah, like yeah, exactly what you said is kind of how you're meant to watch all the Saw movies, where it's like you watch it, you enjoy it, it's way over the top, and then afterwards you joke around with it because it's a little silly.
Yeah.
Of all the men to cheat, you picked John Kramer? Please, don't hesitate. Place a big enough piece of your cerebral tissue into the glass enzyme tank. This will save your life.
So sleep, silent
This is not retribution. It's a reawakening. Live or die. The choice is yours.
And there was Amanda showing up.
Yeah, like so much older.
Yeah.
Like John Kramer looks the same. He's going to be an old guy no matter what.
Yeah,
but to
yeah.
do a prequel with that old of her is kind of crazy.
Yeah, because I mean, what did the first one came out, what, like 20 years ago or something?
Yeah, it's an old ass series. It's one of the later horror series, I know that.
Yeah.
But it's still old as fuck. It's like around The Ring, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's I'll probably see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
It'll probably be the same as every Saw movie that's ever come out, but they're fun. We could wrap it up with our recommendations.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. You can go first with your movie.
All right, so my movie recommendation for this week is my favorite movie, Back to the Future. I think it's about as close to a perfect movie as you can get, and I don't know, it's just really great. I've seen it over 100 times, and I love it every single time. The action is great. The score is perfect. The plot is really, really awesome. I think it has the best third act of any movie ever. Um, and it just has a special place in my heart, partially because of nostalgia, but also just because I think it's that good of a movie. And my book recommendation, I think I'm going to go with La Commedia, more commonly known as The Divine Comedy by Dante. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but everyone knows him as Dante.
It's like Alighieri or something. Alighieri.
Yeah. And so that's Inferno, Purgatorio, and Paradiso, which is hell, purgatory, and heaven, respectively. And it's obviously one of the most influential and one of the most brilliant works of all time. And for a period of time, it was actually part of the Catholic dogma, but that's since been um, ridden from the Catholic dogma, but still is important for thought and just general pondering on the afterlife. And so I highly recommend Divine Comedy.
Yeah, it's very good. So make sure you find a good translation.
Yeah, definitely.
One that tries to stay true to the the kind of, I guess you'd call it, tempo of his poetry.
Yeah, because it is in fact a poem. Yeah.
Well, and it's very important to have that consistent throughout each of the sections because they're meant to not only have had different stories but to sound different. The Inferno was supposed to sound like a lot rougher, and then when he gets up to heaven, it's his most like flowery, light poetry.
Yeah, and a lot of a common misconception about this poem is that, or people just think it's Dante's Inferno. People will refer to it as just the Inferno, but the entire Divine Comedy is very good and has important things to learn about culture and religion and Dante himself as well. Don't just stop at the Inferno.
Yeah,
What's
the big
that?
reason Inferno is so big is because of the historical significance of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's it relates a lot more to actually human and like earthbound events at the time, whereas purgatory is more like kind of an acceptance of death kind of style, and then paradise is just pure worship of God.
Yeah, and
the Inferno is just, I don't like these people. Let's say that they're in hell. Like there were people he put in his Inferno that were alive when he finished it.
But yeah, definitely check out the Divine Comedy. Wolfgang, what are your recommendations?
My movie recommendation, I'm gonna have to say Goodfellas.
Oh yeah,
is
Goodfellas.
probably what I go for. I mean, you said Back to the Future is probably the closest you get to a perfect movie, but I would even go as far to say that Goodfellas is the perfect movie.
Oh really? Okay.
There's nothing wrong with the whole movie. It never gets boring at any points. Sure, it slows down sometimes, but it doesn't get boring when it slows down. The acting is phenomenal.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
it follows the story of a young guy who's from a young age just kind of indoctrinated into this culture of the Italian ghetto.
Yeah,
It changes the future completely.
I really do love Goodfellas, and I think that's a really good recommendation from you.
Yeah.
It's a spectacular movie, and the acting, yeah, as you said, the acting from all the people involved is spectacular. The pacing is great. It keeps you glued to the screen. It's one of those movies that if it's on, you kind of have to watch the whole thing. It's
I had it on in a bar one time. I walked in, it was playing in a bar, and I didn't leave the bar for like 2 hours.
it's kind of
I
like
only ordered like one drink.
it's kind of like what people say about The Godfather, where it's like if The Godfather's on TV, you sit down and watch the whole movie. With Goodfellas, you do the same, and sometimes you even rewind to the beginning so you can watch the entirety.
Yeah, you sit your white ass down and listen. And for the book slash kind of more of a short story. Well, yeah, I don't know how I would categorize it. It would be Dr. Heidegger's experiment. It's about a doctor. He invents this way that people can become young again, and he warns them like, don't do the mistakes of the past. Do the right thing this time and everything. And who would have guessed it? They repeat their same mistakes once they're given this kind of second chance at youth. It's just a really good dive into human nature and culture. Even though it is so old, it really does hold up in a postmodern context.
But yeah, I'll definitely have to check that one out because I haven't gotten around to reading it yet. But
I'm sure you can find it. I'll say this really quick. While I own a lot of these books, I like reading not classical, but like older books, Dracula, Frankenstein, stuff like that. You can find all of these online, usually for free. Project Gutenberg is a really good place to find them so that, if people actually do ever want to start reading instead of just like listening to us talk about these fucking stories, you don't have to break the bank to get them.
yeah, and a lot of them, yeah, because of things like Project Gutenberg, it's like they're in the public domain because a lot of them are so old.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you can't afford a physical copy, or if you just want to read a bunch of new things, try to see what's in the public domain and go on things like Project Gutenberg.
Yeah. But if you can get a physical copy, because I guarantee you'll be able to focus more. And sorry. You'll just be able to really break it down easier. There's something about just holding a book physically that you can get any comfortable position you want. Just feeling that page and being close to everything, you're just able to absorb it so much easier.
Oh yeah, definitely. And like this, I love the smell of a good book as well. It's always a nice touch.
Yeah. I always hate on people that smell their books, but it's like you bought this thing and you bought it to get like some sort of insight into like morality or just some new knowledge or something. You need to be able to be, to odd word, but like intimate with your books,
Yeah, like
you spend a lot of money on this, and if you don't truly do that, you're never going to appreciate the story as much as you could.
Yeah, and having that more physical, more tangible aspect does make it a lot more personable rather than just looking at a screen again, because all of us look at screens for way too long each day, and I don't know, it can take you out of that world to just sit down, turn off every distraction, and just read for a bit.
This has been the Made True Podcast. Until next time, stay true.
We love you, and God bless, and goodbye.
Thank you for watching.